All right, folks. Welcome to part 7, building InfinityFlow. Um, yeah, so we did a side quest and we basically killed 2 hours doing nothing. Um, but yeah, I just want to work on this stuff. I'm tired of side quests. Like I will stick. We were working on building a migrator, right? And we designed it and stuff like that, and I talked about it high level. But yeah, yeah, not fun, not fun. I just want to work on the startup, dude. I just want to build that. I don't want to build a migrator. I don't want to do that. I want to focus on my business problem, right? Isn't that what they say? So, all right. Um, all right. We left off with all right. So yeah, that sounds like a good one, right? Uh, all right. All right. So where were we? So we were over here, and if we recall, if we go back to or if we go to our docs and we go to our README, so we've been working on workflow definitions and all that. So let's go back to workflow definitions. So I've been reading the docs from Marten and Wolverine, and my frustration I think has been I've been looking for functionality that I thought was in Marten, but is actually in Wolverine. So yeah, so this is like where is that? The problems that we're having were around like what to return and the endpoint stuff and yeah. So anyway, let's move on. Like over here, let's put this somewhere else. All right. So library is this old concept I had here. So let's go back to workflow definition. So one of the things that I was reading was when you have stuff like this, like a workflow description updated, this is an anti-pattern, it seems. So this is like property sourcing, and it doesn't really tell you the business intent, right? I mean, it kind of does, and it's not. This is not really important stuff, right? So the stuff that I saw was, let me find it. Wolverine, Marten. So it was over here, I think. Uh, let's see. Anti-pattern. Yeah, not the right Marten. Let me pull it from here, from their Discord. That's where I found it. Yeah, I found it. So what the proposal here is, so the TLDR here is basically you have like this option. So you either got none or some. Does that look familiar, Rust people? Um, so the thing is, instead of having a last name change, right? Uh, instead of having last name change, the suggestion here is we have like a personal data updated event triggered by updating first and last name, etc. These fields may have the option type to check if they have been changed. An example implementation might look like this. So I know it, let's see, C# option, right? So, and then there's like maybe, and I don't think this is the same option T. Yeah, no, this is like options, like parameters. Option T C#. Okay, option type in C#. Nope, this is also configuration. Wait, if you know F sharp, you know that option type or maybe type. Oh, that's the F# docs. But I'm not multiple option type in C on GitHub. Most popular is probably language X, but it's more than just an option type, as the name implies. Goes to make you miss the option type, even if you didn't know it existed. None or some. If the option is none, it doesn't have an associated value. If the option is some, it does have a value. Basically, option makes the absence of a value explicit. Remark to some null. I don't allow some null. If you pass null anyways, I treat it as none. I think that's the preferable approach. No more null reference exceptions. That's great, but that's not a C# scheme shows nullable over options. In that spirit, if you want to avoid null reference, don't use options. Use nullable reference types instead. See, this is different than, no, this is exactly the same. I mean, literally the same, except we're missing maybe null when. There's more to the option type. Not an nice null, gain full power, needs more methods, option expansions. So start with match. Match is preferred way to work with the value of an option. Yeah, but we have pattern matching now. We didn't before. I mean, this is a functional approach, right? The missing link. Oh, that's great. I feel like I'm doing like a .NET Mystery Science Theater 3000. Uses and abuses the features of C# to provide a functional program base class library. Why is there a hyphen there? Why is there a hyphen? Yeah, no, I'm not doing this. All right, so basically the whole purpose of this was fields may have an option type to check if they have been changed. An example implementation of such as C# might look like this. So how does this tell you if it's been changed though? So let's read this. T value, if this value is that null or unset? Unset, I guess. I don't remember. I'm writing too much Go code. So then they say personal data updated. So you pass none. So none gives you default. Like, what's the handler look like? Oh, this gives you only. So how does this work? So constructor, new personal data updated. So, oh, this is for the event. I think this means not null, I guess. All right. Yeah, I separated out so you can independently do it, but I understand what they're saying over there. So let's fix this. Uh, so let's get rid of these events here. So what are we going to call this? Workflow definition metadata. Is this metadata? Yeah. Updated. And then we're also we're gonna remove this because the definition is important. The spec is important. So workflow definition name. So let's remove this. We're going to actually need this down here. So that's the command for this. Workflow definition name, name validator, description, description validator. So we're going to get rid of this one. Like what I want to do is kind of do one, do it real well, and then basically follow that pattern. So this is like my reference implementation. All right, so we gotta wait a second. Description, yeah. All right. Name, generate variable name. It should be property, right? Property name. I mean, this is a okay. So name, workflow definition, metadata updated. So name, description, definition, spec. So we're saying those are required to create them. And where is, there we go. Workflow definition, was it metadata? And so we got that. Wonder what happens if I do. Oh, I guess this would be just like constructor parameters, right? Yeah. Um, so I'm going to drop our database and then we'll recreate it on startup. All right, I have to drop the schema. All right, description. So this goes away. This goes away. metadata. See, I was doing this. So I was doing this. I was checking if they were, yeah, I was checking that. I got to figure that out. Maybe I should use options. I'll have to think about that. But so we add the name. Oh, did I do that already? Yeah, I did do that. Well, what was that? That's updated. Where's updated? Oh, it's here. So we've got, this is the command. No. What is it? C ref. Yeah. And this is the, this is event raised when metadata is updated. C, come on. Yeah, so we got that. And this is, yeah, okay. So that's, all right. All right, so we got these dudes going on here. So why is new definition still here? Is this even used? So yeah, I don't fully, so we have updated. Yeah, I feel like I want to like split this up like a lot. So let's do folder workflow definition. So workflow definition. And let's move this in here. And yeah, so let's put this there. I don't want to do just like one file for everything. So validators, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's easier like this because it's easier to find what you're looking for versus, but I will group these together, right? The command and, you know what? No, validators. And we're going to move these to messages. Yeah. Come on, I totally botched that one. Workflow definitions, validators. Let's split this to the right. Wait, what's the difference? Oh, what is this one? Oh, messages. Sorry. Split to the right, split to the right, open to the side. All right, messages. So this is going to go to validators. Let's put this down here. So this is going over here. And did I just like collapse this guy? So that's there. And then more messages. Validators. Should validators be next to the messages? Yeah, I think because they'll be all over the place, right? So I think what we have to do is, man, this kind of sucks. I hate these. I have like decision fatigue. Move type, move type, because everything has validators, right? Rename, and then let's move this. Yeah, let's see what this does. I mean, that that's a failure if I ever saw one. Oh, it just like added more. All right, so yeah, and then I could put the endpoints for the respective things. I also feel like maybe the commands should be next to their events that they emit. I don't know. I'll have to like play with that, I think, because yeah, I think we'll have to play with that. But for now, let's just do this right now. Why is that freaking out? Oh, there we go. So these are the validators. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna have to do, but let's split this all out and then just go one by one. I don't want to miss anything. So validators, let's see how this works now. I mean, that's a little too much. And no remarks. GitHub Copilot is basically garbage, like for this kind of stuff. It's just not good at that. All right, so we'll do endpoints later. So this is not going to be a validator. So let's go create workflow definition. So we are, so create workflow definition. So we're there. So let's take these validators, right? And we'll do this. And so we have this dude, and then we've got workflow definition created. All right, so this is what we've got, and then let's get, where's our validator for this? Where did that go? I guess we never built one. All right. No. All right, so now we just got to do workflow created, right? And I think it'd be pretty easy to scaffold these. Wonder if anybody's made source generators for this. So we've got workflow created, create workflow definition. I mean, I guess this makes sense because it's got all of them. So that's required actually. So we should actually do rule 4. All right. So this is create workflow definition. Workflow definition. So I guess what's the pattern? So name it from the entity name is where the creates live. Oh, no, that should be where the aggregate lives. Like, yeah, that's where that's at. So then we're gonna just, let's move this out of here. And naming things is really hard. So create workflow definition. Let's do it from the command because that's kind of like the root of how this all goes. Yeah, so this is, I think, good, right? Now let's look at the handlers. So Marten does not put any limits of like how many endpoint things. Like you just need to, they don't need to be logically grouped together like in a controller, which is pretty cool, I think. So I'm gonna take this dude. So I'm just gonna paste this. And let's put the handlers at the bottom, I guess. So this is the get. So I think the gets and the create should go together. So okay, it's not update definition anymore. It's yeah, that's so that would come here. So we're gonna just put the metadata here. But this is create, so there is no metadata. Ha ha ha. All right, so we got that. So workflow definition. This is not going here. This is the create and the get in the list, I think should live here. Actually, yeah, I think that's, so I think that's here. I think this is just the create and then the created and the get in the list. No, what am I doing? This should go with the aggregate itself. So this comes out here, and this should be create workflow endpoint, and then we'll go workflow definition. So workflow so we're gonna remove the creates from here. So the create and what's happening here? Description of. Really, really messed that one up. So it's not update metadata, it's not spec version. That's totally spelled wrong. Oh, you know what I forgot? Extensions, C spell. It's a staple. So we're here, and then update config now. I mean, there used to be a way to like generate the config, right? I guess. Will that help me? Where's C spell? Yeah, that's obviously spelled wrong. Where is it? Oh, it goes to problems. I don't know where it is. Uh, yeah, I don't know where this is. No, this isn't the one. This is auto updating for the C spell. No, this is the one we want. It's code spell. Uninstall, uninstall. Yeah, I uninstall. Yeah, smart street side software. This is the good one. Right, that's the good one. Yeah, there we go. Yes. YAML for life. All right, so now we're here. All right, so we'll just remove this and go back over here, go back over here. Yeah, definition was spelt wrong. Definition. And so we got that going on. Is that how you spell it? Was it spelt right to begin with? Yeah, it was spelt right. All right, so definition, yes. All right, so this endpoint, let's copy this again. And let's get these usings in here. And I guess I don't need this, right? Because this is, yeah. So, all right, what are we trying to do here? We're trying to, what are we putting here? The gets, like the get list, get, and these are ones going elsewhere. Yeah, so we have our entity. Where did this put it? Maybe we, how is that not? Oh, I see what happened here. Yeah, spec version. I see what happened here. It maintained the namespace and it doesn't match what we need to be. So we're going to keep it in here. And I feel like we should also do 0.7. Can we do a decimal here? Can you have an enum? Double to int. I don't remember. Can you not have? Man, I was hoping to. I was just gonna. But then what happens when we're at version 8, right? So I guess we keep it as an integer and we just do multiplication, right? Yeah. And then this dude, let's go to create. So we have our workflow definition, our create validator, and our endpoint for the create. Done. So this is what we want them to look like, right? So update workflow definition. So this is metadata, update workflow definition update. Yes. So this is workflow definition. So workflow definition, I think spec should go with it. So let's nuke that. And yeah, workflow metadata. So I think that should live over here. I don't know. Naming shit is real hard, man. And I've done and mucked this up a little bit. So let's just do one piece at a time here. So update workflow definition. So update definition is right there. So this goes away. Update workflow definition. Yeah, no. Yeah, I done messed this up. And I don't even know. All right, we'll find out. So let's do one at a time. So we did the creates. We put the endpoint there. Done. So this is done. Done, done. This is spec version. That's done. Update workflow definition. So what is this one? This is metadata. So I want to separate the two of them, I think, because there are two separate business concerns. Because I want metadata to be, man, no, it's gotta be, I think it's the same. So let's nuke this. They're the same because we're going to have to rebuild it because all the tracing data, everything is tied with these names and stuff. So, I mean, might as well just do this again, right? So we don't need the spec version because that's to the definition. So workflow, we don't need metadata updates. Um, Workflow definition create. So this is an empty file. It's going much faster now. Validators. Workflow definition, metadata is gone. This is workflow definition validator. That's still there. So let's leave that. So there's no metadata updated anymore. So these go away. Update definition, and this is get. So didn't we move the gets already? Yeah, we moved the gets in the get list, right? Yeah, get in the get list is gone. So this goes away. So there's no metadata anymore, and metadata updated, and definition there is. Spec version is gone. You know what I do want to do, I think, is move this to a partial class. But let's fix this thing first. All right, so we're missing some stuff here. We don't have the apply for the creates. I gotta like look. Oh, this is our create basically. This is our create. I don't think we need this actually. I think we just nuke this, right? And change this to an apply. And public void apply. And Ah, ha 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 ha. Let's see how this works. Uh, how do the primary constructors work? Oh, yeah. Okay. Unread. Oh, I guess you still get this, and it just sets it for you. Okay. I don't know. I should probably look up the primary constructor. So let's just leave this for right now. Um, yeah. So I guess we got this going on here, right? Um, yeah, that's what we got going on here. I guess this is where we would do none, right? But then that would just give us null again. All right. Anyway, that's our thing right there. Um, and then we have the endpoint. Update definition. So workflow definition. Which one is this? Oh, we already had one of those. Okay. So we're going to go shared exceptions, and we're going to do Wolverine get document store from route. Where's it going to take me? No. Yeah, I don't know where from route's from. Uh, let's look at our original version. What's the name of that file? Oh, workflow definition. It's over here. Where's the create? Isn't the route? Of course, like the one thing. I guess it is using it, right? Okie dokie. Okay, so this goes away. This goes away. And we're just updating the definition. And then this is, so that's our stuff right there. Um, I have to read the documentation again to see. I don't think we need this to be nullable here. I think there's like a convention we could just do. And we use static because otherwise, because we don't have anything to inject here. So we don't have the allocation caused by like that we need it, right? Declare types in a namespace. Are we in a namespace though? I guess they want us to be explicit, right? All right, so that's update workflow definition. What is this one? Spec version. So this goes away. Oh, so this is workflow definition. This is coming with us. So this is for the command, and this is for the event. And then we got to bring this guy. All right. And what are we doing here? Workflow definition updated. Oh, yeah. So what I would love to be able to do is set attributes, but that kind of like eliminates the need for the Fluent validator. I wonder if Fluent validation has attributes. Fluent validation attributes. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not because these get detected and injected into the pipeline. So maybe it gets merged with this, but I'm not going to figure that shit out now. All right, so we got create workflow. We got our SWF spec version and update workflow definition. So that's here. And then let's look over here. So we have our get and our get list live over here. I mean, is this like where we're at? Yeah, so we're good there. I mean, I don't like the noise from these things, but it's not airing because I allow it, right? Because it'll default. Oh no, it's not going to default. It's going to default to the default namespace. Uh, generate constructor, wrap, declare, and namespace, right? That's what I want, right? Change namespace. There we go. Oh, God, no. All right, there we go. Let's move this because that's going to be shared by fragment also. So fragments, let's keep this here. So what do we got here? Workflow definition. Oh, because it's not. Yeah, you can't have a type in the same name as its namespace. Well, I mean, that sucks. Oh, okay. It just gets confusing. All right, so workflow definition. So we're saying that we are going to have the get and the get list next to the entity. Okay, let's see. See how this goes. Do you think it's going to work? Build failure. No. Oh, update workflow definitions. Hmm. All right. So let's add these to the config, the workspace settings, user settings, workspace settings. Oh no, we want this in our config for this project. Otherwise, if I type something wrong like the other place. Okay, now this. Uh, I mean, but this is at like the root anyway, and the workspace, I guess, is the whole thing. No. All right, so we got that, dude. Workflow definition using. I got to figure out how to get these things like out of this file and put them next to them. So I wonder if like they support that. Oh, seriously, man. Add it to the. All right. I mean, but it's red. Is that because the language server's messed up? I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. All right. Oh, we know somebody is in the wrong. Why are these? Oh, are you kidding me? No. No. It actually groups them by that instead of namespace, which I guess makes sense. But what we're going to do is we're going to just use a partial class here. And let's make this guy a partial. No. All right, so let's do this. Create workflow. Where's our put? Oh, there it is. Welcome to the video, whoever you are. I'm guessing you're on Twitch. Say hi. Welcome. See, I don't understand Twitch chat. Like, it tells me there's a shitload of viewers. Like, here, let me show you. Says there's a bunch of viewers, but like, it just says that there's one. I guess it's one mode. But like, what happened to this? Is it like not working? I don't know. What's YouTube Studio say? Uh, it's like working. So, I mean, this is like fine, right? Did that end? No way. Content live. Yeah, this is actually working. So we're live here. I mean, I don't understand. Like, I'm right here. Why does it say like, can I just like not see this? Why is the counter going? Yeah, I don't understand. No, no, this is this is like 2 minutes behind. It ended. Yeah, no, I don't understand. All right. I don't get it, man. All right, so we got our workflow definition. So now everything is in the right place. Let's go ahead and let's do a get. Try it out. You know, one thing I haven't seen is like how to do pagination. So like this is good. This is good. So yeah, so it made the stuff. Let's see, let's try the other ones out. So puts create. So we need to add validation for spec version to not be empty, right? Oh, what is this? Null reference exception, object reference not set. So how is, so this is a put. Oh, all right. So that's the update. So if it's null, all right. So I saw something. I know how to fix this. So basically what's happening here is it's pulling the workflow definition from the command and it's doing the lookup. Yeah, it's doing the lookup. I think I don't need that. Yeah, so it's injecting and it's doing the lookup for us. So if we stop that and we go to, God, what was it? Help desk Marten. I don't remember where this was. I think it's another repo. And yeah, Stack help desk. So this is like the premier deal. So I don't understand how these are like structured. Like stuff is all over the place. I really wish there was a sample of that like was a real app, like a production ready app. So they have like custom middleware. Maybe it wasn't here. No, it wasn't here. It was middleware here, maybe. So they were talking about how like there's all this code about checking for null and all that stuff. Required inputs. Gosh, where did I see this? It was like a null validator type deal. and it was, let's see, let's see, validator, some validation middleware for HTTP. Nope. Maybe it was in the Marten one. Uh, maybe it was in maybe it was in the Discord that I saw it. Maybe on one of the articles. Uh, it was that. I think it was one of the blog posts that Oscar made. Uh, event-driven.io, event-driven. Middle. Uh, maybe it was about the injection. So it was like last night. No, it was a blog post, I think. Pretty sure. Let's check for null. Why are there two? This isn't the article though. Injection. Maybe it was with injection. Maybe that's where I saw it. Method injection. Maybe. So it was, they're injecting it and they're checking for null. Yeah, so it was this, right? It was eliminating this. So compound handler that might look like this. So this is using the message envelope, current iMessage. No, I guess it's a Wolverine thing. So it was, maybe they had the same name. We saw this one already. Maybe it was this one. No, this is that one that I didn't quite get. Uh, how to validate business logic? Yeah, this is like we saw like value type stuff. Wonder if this will like get better. So check for null. Uh, maybe it was here. Maybe it was here. No, I didn't see that one. Let's go to, let's see, Wolverine, check for null, inject. So the idea was there was, no, we're just here. So it's not that. It's not the message and method injection. Where did I see this? I'll never find it. Um, Wolverine. Let's check. So January 13th. So it's going to be on the 12th, probably, I think. Oh no, it was over here when I was doing this stuff. So I was reading like all this stuff. Runtime architecture, best practices, tutorials. It's a mediator. Maybe it was here. Maybe it was here. Custom middleware. Maybe, maybe. Yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right. While reviewing very large systems that use asynchronous messaging, I noticed common pattern in many of the message handlers. Load account data referenced by the incoming command. If it didn't exist, log that the account referenced by the command didn't exist and stop the processing. This is exactly what we want to stop. They add up to a lot of repetitive code, and it'd be nice if we introduce some kind of middleware to eliminate and duplicate the duplicate. We'll start by lifting a common interface for a command message type that references an account. All right, so let's do this. Let's follow this. All right, so let's make an interface. So workflow public interface I up I workflow definition command. I mean, so that's what we got. So command message would look like that. So then we are going to take all of our commands. I don't understand. What's this complaining about? Type or namespace could not be found. I mean, oh. And more commands. So we got this guy. And what else we got? I think we just have the two, right? Yeah. All right. So command would look like that. Skipping ahead a little bit, if we had a better handler, counting some kind of middleware just to push the matching data handle. Yeah, nope. I mean, this sucks, man. So I have to like write this for each thing. Seems like that's a lot of code, right? I mean, this is a lot, right? Like, why can't this be automated, right? And there probably is, right? Let's see. This is going to be workflow definition. Workflow definition middleware. Lookup middleware. So this is workflow definition lookup middleware. So we got handler continuation, which tells us whether we continue or not. And then this is going to be workflow definition, right? And then I workflow definition. Did they have the word command in theirs? No, no. Yeah, they did. And they got an I logger up in there. They got a I document session. We don't need that comment. And we don't need this space. And workflow definition. Yeah, I mean, the message has to be first in parameter list, blah, 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 blah. So, all right, so now we got to register this guy. Yeah, so we got that going on, but then, so you have to do a policy. All handlers with a command type implements I account command. How do I do this with a, now let's see if we can convert this, right? So this is supposed to be in use Wolverine. Where are we? Program CS. All right. All right. So let's see if we can, let's look at policies. Let's see if we can do this. Policies, policies middleware. See, this is what I'm looking for, but I do not want to do this on every method, right? All right, registering middleware by message type. Let's see. How's that shit work? Registering middleware by message type. Let's say that a message type implement this. We can apply account middleware from the section above to only these message types by telling Wolverine to only apply this middleware to any message that implements the iAccount interface like that. That's literally what we just did. Explicitly by attribute. Do you think this works for a class? To any route or message handler. So yes, can be placed either on a specific endpoint or a message handler method to apply only to that specific action. So an endpoint method, so we're still at the method level. Let's see, policies. Here's a simple sample that registers middleware on each handler chain. Oh, man, I mean, why can't they self-register? I wonder if they do. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that for right now. So what does this mean for us? This means that now all of our stuff, so that means that all of, so our handlers, so it's in our handlers. So that means that this will never be null now. And update definition. Yeah. So then is not, so we could say, how do you say this? Not equal, undefined. That's what I want. Can you chain these? Not equal. I guess you can because it's fluent, right? So that's iRule builder. Yeah. All right. Yo. And let's put this dude over here. All right. So this will never be null. And now how do we, so this will never be null. Let's look at the returns. Messages and handlers. So middleware, execution timeout, messaging, HTTP, routes, return values. So void, task, IEnumerable, so that's messages, but we want to be outgoing messages. inherits from Saga, your message type. In all cases above, the endpoint method, see null. Oh, come on. HTTP services. Okay. So if we are saying so what are we're doing a creation response. Ah. So then when we have this, so like what's happening here? So you're saying that this, so we're saying that this will be our response for this. First is always assumed to be the response. Any subsequent values are handled independently. So it's that and the event. But why are we creating this response? Like, what's the value here? Let's go look at our created one. I just want this to be like idiomatic so I don't have to like deal with weird edge cases so I can just learn this thing. I want to just learn this. So we're saying there's this create response, introduce a special type just for HTTP, gives us back 201 status. Let's see. Created. All right. And 200 is okay. Oh, that's cute. Oh, so the alternative is creation response. Oh, so this is going to give us like, this gives us a 200, 201. Oh, but we don't have to, yeah, another type to do creation response. So they do this. So workflow definition. But then you're hiding this, right? Like, it's interesting. So this is different, but I'm using the stream. So I need the stream ID, right? So we got this, and I mean, this stuff could just be scaffold. So they have a document session that comes in here. But like, why do I even have to write this though? Like, I just don't get it. There's the common use case is just to receive it and map it automatically. I'm sure there's a way. So return. So this is just going to be, what am I saving here? What am I saving? And then there's our to do created. Ha ha ha. New to workflow definition. What are we returning though? Like, why am I returning the start stream? Let's see. That would be in the Marten one. In addition to the generic stream event, store has. Let's go to HTTP. Scenarios. Command handler workflows for capturing events using sequences for unique identifiers. Copy and transform. Aggregates events. Yeah, aggregates. Schema testing. Bootstrapping. Syntax will write the HTTP content type. You need to write a single Marten document to HTTP response by its ID. The most efficient way is shown here. Compiled query. Oh, this is, yeah, this is ASP.NET. So who's PLV8? Oh, patch. Yeah, it's not in this document. It's going to be in, what is this thing called? Wolverine.http? HTTP. I can't speak. Wolverine.http. So maybe there's an article on it? No. Passing Marten documents to endpoint parameters. So we load results okay. That's for the get. That's kind of what I was looking for, right? Like, I don't want to do this, right? This should be like automatic. Load async. Let's see what happens with this. Wonder if the middleware will screw us over here. Should probably fail and give us a 404 because of that middleware, right? So I don't think in the create we want to do that. On the determine Marten aggregate type for post workflow definitions, you may need to explicitly specify the aggregate type and aggregate handler attribute. Ha ha ha. That is because I removed it. So like Wolverine get iResult, get invoice. I don't know. Aggregate workflow. So the order shipped return value is treated as an event being posted to a Marten event stream instead of as the HTTP response body because the presence of the empty response attribute. Let's go to the create. Let's go to the create. Aggregate handler. So it's because I removed this. This is ASP.NET Core integration though. This isn't, but that says Wolverine post. So I don't know what we're, so aggregate handler, workflow definition. So this should be a post, right? But yes, see how this goes. Main properties. Is this an array? No, this is not type. Command type. I don't think this does what I think it does. Why are you lowercase? So if that's there and I had to do, yeah, I don't know, man. Workflow definition. Let's just do post. Wolverine post. I don't know. It's probably time for me to go to sleep. Yeah. All right. Good. So that works. So let's do uh, 8. Did that accept it? I don't understand. Why is it workflow definition? Query. Okay. Do I have events, extremes? Yeah, it's not working. My return shit's not working. So this had to be stream ID. What was it? Stream start stream. I start stream. I start stream. Oh, because I guess this is like the wrapper. Yeah, that's kind of what's happening, I think. Yeah, that's it. 200 undocumented. We even hitting this? We're not even hitting this. So are we hitting the middleware? Yeah, we're hitting the middleware. So if we're saying this and that's null, so that's happening. Why would we do that? I don't understand. And why would this ever possibly be null? I don't understand. Can't be right. So yeah, we know he doesn't exist. Will this let us step into generate code? No. So we're saying if this guy's null, so we're saying if he's null, we're going to stop processing. Why does he return that? Otherwise, we're going to continue and give a workflow definition. Let's see if we can hack something together here. So let's look at our command. So our command is here. Why is this an update? Oh, that's like normal, but it should do a 404. What the fuck? Why is this like I don't understand. Why would this like, so we just stop?